I remember my first big shock as a kid, when I started to educate myself, when I started to like read for myself. Because I thought to myself, all right, you managed to keep knowledge of the Moorish Empire away from me, which is like 800 years of like history. You managed to sweep that one under the carpet. So I thought, what else are you hiding? So I don't know what got into me, but I thought to myself, us coming from monkeys, and the latest progression from us is like the Neanderthal, and I thought to myself, back then when I was a kid, I thought to myself, something's not right here. So anyway, lo and behold, I went to my local library, picked up a book on Neanderthals, started skimming through it and stuff. I went to my horror. I was reading through these pages, and then it said these bones, this man that they made up, called the Neanderthals, because they found these bones in I think it was a cave in the Neanderthal Valley. I think was it Austria, Germany, somewhere like that. And at the start they thought it was this species of early man, but as the years went on, under further scientific scope, they found out that it was just a normal bloke, but with like vitamin D and vitamin C deficiencies. And he basically had rickets because his bones was like malforming because of the vitamin deficiencies, and like the brow as well, because the bone structure weren't right, basically because of the vitamin deficiencies. Obviously, they came out with the scientific terminology for it all and whatnot, but they basically said, yeah, he was just a normal bloke, like other bones and whatnot. It was just normal people. But since they carried this, spun this yarn for so long, they didn't want to come out with the truth, because they didn't want themselves to basically look stupid. Because they're this scientific authority and they're all knowledgeable, and when you get puffed up with pride, they just carried it on. I thought, raw. Yeah, I mean, I knew something fishy was going on, mate. In the same library, right? I thought to myself, it's always good to go to different sources on subjects. I picked up another book from the same library, another book on Neanderthals and stuff, an early man. Same thing. The same thing. They talked about the same thing. It wasn't an early species of man. It was just a normal bloke with rickets and arthritis. But, in their way of putting it, they basically said the same thing. They've just carried it on in academia because they're so full of pride, they don't want to look stupid. This was in one library in a small town. 2 different books, 2 different sources, telling you that it was bull. So even now, I'm looking on TV and they're coming out with this Neanderthals and this, that, and the other, and I'm thinking to myself, why are you carrying this on? But it's been proven to like be a normal bloke. Well, I've just answered my own question earlier on, didn't I? Pride and whatnot. That's why it's good to read, It's good to read. Find out stuff for yourself. Neanderthal. It's just a bloke, a malnutritioned bloke with messed up bones, a messed up bone structure. through his poor diet. It's funny what you found out in books, you know. There's, mate, I'm 50 years old. I'm 50 years old. I'll never stop learning. What Dr. Maria Charles now is putting forward through her research into Europe and the black people's involvement in Europe now is very eye-opening. I didn't know it came up to so close to the modern day, where the sweeping black people's involvement in Europe under the carpet. It's hard to take. It really is. It's hard to take because you've been given this BS for so long. And then, you know, you get these revelations. It's like you think to yourself, nah, they could have never covered this up like that. And like gone to so much trouble for cover-ups and like reforming certain narratives. There's no way that you'd go to them lengths. But she's coming out with primary sources and it's peer-reviewed and there's just evidence upon evidence upon evidence that she's given in her books and her lectures. It's like, it's one of them ones, your mind boggles. It's like, what's going on? Go and search her out. Dr. Maria Charles. She's from Liverpool. She's got a good few books out on Amazon. Fascinating stuff. You know, and other books like from what's his name, the author, something McRitchie. Ancient and Modern Britons. Again, fascinating history. Yeah, it's good to read, mate. It's good to read.